What's going on? This is Magic Mitch, and it is day 54, challenge number 33 of this tour across the UK and Europe. And on this day, I finally made my way to the lands of the Czech Republic. And I'm kicking off my adventures here by facing off against one of the greatest food fighters in these parts with the steak eating competition. Rumor has it that he's part human, part kebab, and even a little bit part kefir. But there's no question, he's an absolute legend. The one, the only, the Czech eating machine, Steerod Radim! For this showdown, we are in Prague of the Czech Republic at Můstek restaurant taking on their steak challenge. Now for this challenge, you have to eat a 1 kilogram steak, which comes out to about 2.2 pounds, and sides are optional. Though I don't know if it would actually be technically part of the challenge, but I did order a side of dumpling with bacon, or at least that's what I think the translation came out to be. I mean, that's what I had written down in my food challenge journal. Anyways, for this challenge you have a 30-minute time limit, and you might be thinking to yourself, well, that seems like an easy challenge. And my response to that would be, well, you better not fail or have any sort of hazardous incident like I did in Germany, because the price tag on this challenge is 3,000 Czech koruna, which is about $120 US. But if it's easy enough like you said and you're able to beat the challenge, you get it for free and you get your picture up on the wall of fame. Now as far as this heads up competition goes, again, just like the previous steaks on this challenge tour, I'd be using my tweaked steak strategy of simply just cutting up more of the steak beforehand, which yeah, it does cool off a little bit more than if I would just leave it all together, but so far, it's worked out pretty well, as I do find myself keeping a faster overall pace. And let me know in the comments down below who you think is going to come out on top on this eating expedition matchup. And I would just like to point out, it was clear who the big man, Mr. Randy Santel, was going to be favoring in this food fighter face-off.
Get him, Radim. Please win. Get him, Radim. You got him. Mitch was talking crap earlier, said he ain't losing in no chat.
And before I give you my thoughts on this challenge, I think it would be a great time to answer this particular question I get asked from time to time. And that is, after a food challenge, how long does it take to feel normal and recover after? And this shouldn't come as too much of a shocker, but it depends. And that's because there are a ton of factors that can affect my overall recovery, such as how long I've been on tour, or how much I've been traveling that day, or even how long it's been since my previous food challenge. But one of the biggest factors is what I'm eating, or really how much I'm eating. Like in this case, compared to the average challenge, it's on the smaller side. So I'll be able to recover pretty quickly, especially since I do take digestive enzymes beforehand, which really help take that food coma feeling away. And I'd be perfectly fine to walk around and go sightseeing after. But on the other hand, when you've got something like what I did in Greece earlier, not only where there's a ton of food, but there's just a stupid amount of ingredients together, and there's just a lot of things going on with it. And in cases like that, I'm definitely not making any other plans other than to rest and relax. But yeah, it all really just depends, and I think you get the picture. And if you don't, drop a comment down below and I'll be happy to reply back. Now as far as my thoughts go on this challenge, as far as the setup, I'm giving it a thumbs up, and I'm going to keep it very simple. If you plan on doing this thing, you better be ready to eat. And there could be various reasons for this that I'm not completely aware of, but man, that is one heck of a price tag, especially considering the fact that a US dollar goes very far here. But also, 30 minutes is more than enough time to take this challenge down. And as for the taste, again I'm giving this one a thumbs up. It was fantastic, which I kind of laugh at myself when I say that because I feel like every time I enjoy the food, it's fantastic. I should probably learn to expand my word choice a little bit, but I mean, really, it doesn't matter where you are. United States, the UK, Germany, or here in the Czech Republic. When you get a steak that's just cooked to your liking, and it's juicy, tender, and oh so flavorful, I mean, do you really need to say more? And just a side note, as far as that dumpling bacon thing, yeah, it was pretty forgettable, so we'll just leave it at that. Now the only thing that would taste better would be getting the victory over this eating legend to my left. Not only because I'd get the win over a phenomenal food fighter, but because it would irritate the absolute heck out of Randy, aka the man who continuously scoffs at this slightly adjusted steak strategy of mine. And as I celebrate the victory with some push-ups, If you enjoyed watching this video, embark on another one by clicking on one of the videos on the screen or in the description down below, and I'll see you there.